Look, I stand proud and I stand tall. This is not a victory lap for me because it's not over. They're going to try again and they're going to try again. And guess what? Here I am. Keep trying. That's not going to stop me from being a journalist. You're not going to diminish my voice. Go ahead, make me into the new Jimmy Kimmel if you want. Because I'm not going anywhere.
Journalist, former colleague of ours, former CNN anchor, Don Lemon, has been taken into custody, arrested just days after a protest inside a Minneapolis church.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, it actually happened. It actually went down. And, you know, obviously it was speculated that this would happen, right? But a couple of judges actually kind of let him off the hook, right? At least a little bit to a certain extent, kind of let Don Lemon off the hook. So for a while there, it kind of seemed like, he might maybe get away with this. But credits to the Trump administration, they weren't going to let it go that easily. No. Just because we have some woke judges in this country who unfortunately don't want to uphold the law, you will not just skirt by. Okay, you will not just be able to do whatever it is that you want to do because you're a leftist and there are some leftist woke judges, which that will be a problem, right? Prosecuting folks in this country, these woke judges, and we've already seen it happening. These woke judges will let these liberals off the hook just because they're leftists, which is unfortunate. We shouldn't be seeing stuff like that in this country, but unfortunately, that is the country that we live in currently. And I only say currently because we can change it, obviously. We can change it over time. But I wanted to play a little bit of this because, man, is this juicy. Check it out.
Alert, journalist Don Lemon has been arrested in connection with an anti-ICE protest at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Bill Melugin joins us now with more on this breaking news. Hey, Bill.
Yeah, Charlie, good morning to you. Our colleague David Spunt and I getting this breaking news from multiple law enforcement sources just minutes ago, confirming that former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested by federal agents in Los Angeles just after midnight this morning at a hotel. This obviously all in connection with that storming of a church in St. Paul, Minnesota by that group of anti-ICE agitators. Now remember, the feds had gone to judges to try to get Don Lemon arrested before. They went to a magistrate judge in Minnesota who didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to a judge above him. He didn't sign off on an arrest warrant for him. Then it went to an appeals court. They also decided not to sign off for an arrest warrant for him. So there was experts who were predicting that perhaps the feds would go to a grand jury. It remains to be seen if that's what happened here, but we can confirm that Don Lemon was arrested in Los Angeles by federal agents just after midnight Los Angeles time at a hotel. Now, typically, standard procedure with an arrest like this is the defendant will likely make their first court appearance sometime the same day. So there's a chance we may see Don Lemon make his first court appearance in Los Angeles sometime today. But obviously, this is going to grab all sorts of headlines. 3 other protesters from that church storming, have already been arrested, including who the feds say was the organizer of that protest. The woman in the middle there is a school board member in St. Paul, and then the mugshot on the right is an online personality / agitator, if you want to call him that. He's known as the Woke Farmer. Those were the 3 people that the feds had already arrested, but we have confirmed that Don Lemon has now been arrested in Los Angeles in connection with that viral incident. We all saw the video of it that spread and drew widespread condemnation. The feds have been going after these people on FACE Act violations. So this is still breaking news. Once we get more details about the potential charges here, a court appearance, we'll, of course, update our viewers, guys.
Really appreciate it. Of course, if it was a grand jury that did indict him, that's pretty unimpeachable. Bill Melugin, thank you so much.
Ooh, wait. Don Lemon, you might have really stepped in it this time. And, you know, I think they did go to a grand jury to get this accomplished. Excuse me. Now, I do find it interesting that this comes after 3 other individuals that were involved in this, right? were arrested. So I also think there may be something to do with that. You know, maybe one of them actually revealed some information that Don Lemon was actually genuinely involved in the whole situation. And that's how they were able to like really pin him down on it. Because of course, he's claiming that he was just there being a journalist. Like he just happened to come across the entire situation. But maybe somebody revealed that he was actually completely involved in it. This wasn't just a happens chance that he came across this situation, and maybe he encouraged them to do it. I don't know. But this is interesting. This is good. And also, they went to another one of those individuals' homes recently and arrested her as well. Because there was an initial first three, right? There was the first three that got arrested, I don't know, a few days ago, maybe a little, I don't even know. My days all blend together at this point, so I don't know. Anybody else feel the same way? Like the days just blend together. You don't know, like. Anyway, there was three of them that got arrested initially, right? Maybe a week ago, and then Don Lemon, and then a couple others as well were arrested recently as well. And this is one of the chicks right here because they pulled up to her house at like 2:00 in the morning. Check it out.
Yes. Okay. Okay, well, this is really scary. There's kids in the house. You guys have not been really friendly in the community. And to me, this seems a little, can I finish, sir? Can I finish? Can I finish?
Get your phone.
This seems a little bit aggressive to have all these cars in our cul-de-sac, 2, 3 agents, and now I saw the one disappear to the back. So to me, this is a little aggressive to just serve a warrant. Slide the warrant. Let me see the warrant. Okay. And that, to me, what I have been told, is not a judicial warrant that has me to have to open the door for you.
Oh, man. Jeez, when your actions actually have consequences. And you know, this is also refreshing because I feel like for so long, the left has been able to do anything and everything they've wanted to do, and they've always gotten away with it. At every turn, you see a leftist doing something that we know good and darn well that we would never be allowed to get away with, and yet they're getting away with all types of stuff. Left, right, and center. And so it's refreshing. It is refreshing to see somebody like Don Lemon actually be arrested. That is refreshing. It genuinely is. You know, it's almost like things have been made right again, you know? Man. Conservatives, Republicans getting banned off social media, left, right, and center, right? We're not allowed to say this or say that. If we disagree with how the election was run, we're not allowed to voice our opinions. If we do, we're banned. We're punished in some way, shape, or form. And I know some of you are going to say, well, why don't you guys just go to this platform or that platform and, you know, just skip out on YouTube? And it's like, well, where do most people go to watch content like this? They come here to YouTube, right? Most people don't go to these off the wall, and no knock on these other platforms. You know, I hope they succeed, but most people don't go to those platforms, right? And so if all conservatives, if all Republicans got banned off of YouTube, now liberals just get to run wild. Just get to run wild on one of the biggest platforms there is. So I don't think it would have been smart to just get all of ourselves banned on the platform. Now, I think that would have been dumb, actually, because, once again, most people come to YouTube. And if all Republicans are banned off of YouTube, and so the only voices that people are hearing on their television and then on their phones when they go to YouTube is just a bunch of liberal voices, how do you think that was going to play out? You know? So I'm happy. I'm happy to see that things are turning around. We got the evidence that, the Biden administration was in cahoots with platforms like YouTube and others to try to ban conservatives. It's all being revealed. And not only that, but now we're actually seeing some arrest begin to happen to more prominent individuals, right? Don Lemon is a name. Okay. Everybody knows who Don Lemon is. I don't think he's great at his job personally, but everybody knows who Don Lemon is. If you're having a conversation with a random person and you say Don Lemon, they probably know who you're talking about. Mainly because he's been on a lot of people's television screens. So, there's that. But to see somebody like that get arrested on the left, man, like I said, it's a great start. It's an amazing start. All right. We'll see where this ends up. Y'all let me know your thoughts and your opinions on where this all goes from here. But Don Lemon has been arrested. It's official. Peace and love. I'm out.